Hey everyone, CTNtechnologynews here, and today I'm looking at the all-new Google Nexus 5 smartphone. Now this smartphone has been leaking for months, speculated about for much longer, but finally today Google has pulled the veil all the way back on the device that it hopes will show the world what Android can really do. The Nexus 5 is here. Now the Nexus 5 is available today at the Google Play Store. It's a fully unlocked device priced at $349 with no contract for the base 16GB model. The 32GB version prices in at $399, and both are available in white and black. It will work across a wide array of carriers. In the US, it will work on everything except for Verizon. Now the Nexus 5 is as surprisingly inexpensive as its predecessor. Unlike its predecessor though, it actually manages to sport LTE, a complete necessity in this day and age. But releasing a flagship caliber phone at this price does come with trade-offs, and Google had to pick carefully what it could and couldn't compromise with the new Nexus. The good news is that the new Nexus 5 largely has the same internals as the LG G2, a phone that's pretty great if you can get past its lackluster software. But where LG added plenty of unnecessary stuff in its LG G2, the Nexus 5 is pure, unadulterated Android running KitKat. The Nexus 5 is a blazing Snapdragon 800 processor and a crisp 5-inch display at 1080p resolution. Luckily, Google kept the bezels around the screen to an absolute minimum, not unlike the Moto X, meaning that it manages to not feel widely gargantuan when you hold it in your hand. That's the good news. Unfortunately, the bad news is that the Nexus 5's build quality isn't quite up to the watch-like craftsmanship I've come to expect on flagship phones like the iPhone 5S or the HTC One. It's plastic to baller like Apple's iPhone 5C, and although the back has a very nice feel to it, with a soft touch finish that's very grippable, it still looks a little bit, I don't know, underwhelming I guess is the best word for it. Google calls it silky, which is actually a fair description. Now, the back is also slightly curved and non-removable, but the edges where it meets the rim of the phone are squared off, bordering on sharp. If you've ever held a Nexus 4, the Nexus 5 will feel familiar, although slightly bigger and curiously lighter. It's only 130 grams, which is actually 9 grams lighter than its predecessor, and you really feel that when you pick it up. It has a 2300 mAh battery, which I'm hoping will hold up to a full day's use. The display is Gorilla Glass 3, which means it's relatively thin and lightweight, but presumably durable. Now, the Nexus 5 does feel more well-built than beautiful. While finding beauty within that utility is certainly within the realm of possibility, it does take some effort. Now, the big question with nearly every Nexus phone has been the camera. Now, I haven't gotten enough time with the Nexus 5 to give it a full verdict, but my initial impression is that this won't make the iPhone 5S or Nokia Lumia 1020 owners think that they're missing out. It's not a bad camera, it's an 8-megapixel shooter with optical image stabilization, but camera specs on paper and camera performance in the real world are wildly different things. One of the big features in KitKat on the Nexus 5 is something that Google calls HDR+. It's a pretty standard HDR feature, silently using a burst mode to take a bunch of photos and then composite them together. Now, it works somewhat well, but again, this isn't a great feature that's going to make you want to switch from another phone. Now, the biggest change to the actual smartphone is probably the launcher, which now integrates Google Now with a quick swipe to the left. Visually, KitKat is a little cleaned up, and I actually really like the way the new operating system looks, although I'll save my impressions of KitKat for a full review of the operating system. Now, I actually like the Nexus 5 overall a lot. I would actually say this is probably one of the best phones on the market right now. I would recommend it even more than Apple's new phones. But you'll have to let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!